I worked with biomass stoves in Managua, Nicaragua.
I worked with wood-burning stoves and solar stoves in Cochabamba, Bolivia.
I worked on a water scheme for a small village in Cumba, Cameroon.
I worked on a biodigester in Comitancillo, Guatemala.
I worked on solar cookers in Nicaragua.
I worked on water supply systems in the southwest province of Cameroon.
I worked on photovoltaic technology in Pakistan.
I worked on rocket stoves and solar cookers in Cochabamba, Bolivia.
I worked with biogas digesters in Comitancillo, Guatemala.
I did ETHOS.
I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to go into engineering when I started here. It was just kind of, I like math, I like science, let's try this. And just the teachers, the faculty, everyone have made me love it. And the ETHOS immersion trip, it makes me want to pursue it even more to help people through my engineering.
ETHOS stands for Engineers and Technical Humanitarian Opportunities of Service Learning. It is a program that was developed in 2001 by a group of undergraduate students to provide service immersions in developing countries to engineering students.
ETHOS really reflects on what engineering should be all about, and that's making life better for a lot of people.
I basically had a better understanding of how I could use my degree in engineering or what I've learned in classes to apply to real-world situations.
It also gives you these other tools in your tool belt. The ability to deal with people, the ability to communicate across language barriers. These things that as we enter into a global economy, a global system, you're going to need to be able to do.
The focus of ETHOS is appropriate technology. So students get to learn about emerging technologies that are culturally appropriate and sustainable, while at the same time serving basic human need.
The best engineering solution for developing countries is not the best engineering solution as defined by our rules. Our rules usually dictate the most efficient design, the most power.
We need instead to first look at what is available within these regions to use as a solution, and then we can design a solution with our understanding of technology to meet the needs of the people there.
Okay, the big picture problem was basically fighting indoor air pollution.
A double burner rocket stove is what I call an ecological wood burning stove.
Allows the wood to burn extremely efficiently, which cuts down smoke by usually 60 to 80%.
In Nicaragua, there's a lot of deforestation problems. A solar cooker is basically an oven that cooks with the heat of the sun.
A wood box that has lamb's wool inside of it, and it has an aluminum shell.
I was based in the desert, and I was journeyed by Jeep, and I was working on the operations and maintenance of the photovoltaic system.
I worked to develop a water scheme for a small village in Cumba, Cameroon.
People did not have means to clean drinking water. It would not be appropriate to implement a system in which water was pumped mechanically by a pump.
If you want to go beyond the books and beyond math, beyond science, then I'd say ETHOS is for you.
When I talk about ETHOS, I often talk about it as an exemplar of what we're all about as a university.
I think the ETHOS program perfectly demonstrates what it is to be Catholic Marianist. Serving others, belonging to a new community, fighting for justice.
I was supposed to co-op last summer, and I decided to do ETHOS instead. And I'm also supposed to co-op this summer, and again I'm doing ETHOS instead.
It's about challenging students. It's about making sure students reach their potential, asking them to do a little bit more.
I thought that the ETHOS experience was the best experience I've probably ever had in my entire life. I felt truly privileged to be able to grow as a person.
Had I not found ETHOS, I wouldn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I would have come out of UD exactly how I went into it.
They usually go on these immersions sort of in the back of the head that they're going to save the world, but it ends up that the world saves them because they have a new perspective on engineering.
Learning another culture through immersion, serving basic human need. It was a life-changing experience. That's what UD is all about.